Hey guys, and welcome to the video on how to create epic funnel tracking for absolutely free using Google Tag Manager and Google Sheets. So let's get into it. So what we're going to do first is we want to go and get a Google Sheet up. If you want the template for this, just comment below and I can send it across to you and you can make a copy of it because then it has all the headings in correctly. And then once you've got it, what we want to go and do is we want to go to extensions and we want to go to apps and scripts. Now this will open up this. You should have nothing there. There should be a bit of code there. I think I've just deleted mine out. So I'm just going to add in another one. I'm going to call it epic funnel tracking. You can call it whatever you want. And then what we want to go and do is we want to go and get our script. Now, everyone can use this same script. And if you want it, a copy of it, just, again, comment below and I can send it across to you. And we're going to paste it in. Now, basically, the things we want to change, there's only two things we want to change, and it could even be one thing. This is the sheet name. Now, as you can see, we want it in this sheet. I've just called it sheet 1. I'm going to keep it like that. And then you want your sheet key, which you can be found up here. So we want to copy and paste it. It's in between the D and the edit. And then we want to go and just add it in between the speech bubbles, like so. Once that's done, that should be good for the script. And then you want to go up to deploy and you want to go to new deployment. Now you want to go and select web app, which you should have done. If it's not already there, you want to go up to here and select web app in this settings section, like so. And you want to do a description. So again, I'm just going to do epic funnel tracking. You can call it whatever you want. There we go. And you want anyone can have access and you want to deploy. Cool. So this is the posting URL that we're going to use later. So keep this screen up. You can easily go back to it. If you come off it, you can easily go up to deployment, manage deployments, and select one. I think this one I did yesterday. This is the one I did today. You should only have one in there and you can easily just copy it like so. Okay. So now we've done that. Next up, we want to go and get Google Tag Manager ready. So there's a few things we want to do here. Firstly, we want to go to variables. Now, because I've got UTM source, UTM medium, UTM content, and UTM campaign, these are what you will have on your URL string and it will look something like this. So you have your main URL, so learn.themarketingtechguru.com. Then you have a little question mark, and then this is where we would add all of the UTM parameters that we need to put into the sheet. Now I'm bringing through UTM source, UTM medium, UTM content, and UTM campaign because they're campaign trackers. It can be from organic clicks or paid advertising clicks, and you want to be able to track the different sources they're coming from. So it's a good practice to get this up. If you don't know about this, you can do a quick Google, and Google has some really good knowledge base on UTMs. But I'll show you how to bring them through. Don't worry. So firstly, we want to make sure we're bringing the UTMs into Google Tag Manager. So what this does is someone lands on your link with the UTMs on it, Tag Manager's on your page, and what you want is Tag Manager to pull those UTMs into user-defined variables, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do this now. So let's just do it for UTM source, and you can do this for any UTMs you have. Just make sure you name it the right way. You want to go on there and you want to go to URL. You want to go to query, and then you just want to write in what the UTM is called. So UTM source, and that's it. Save. And you want to do this again for all your other user-defined variables in the URL. So I'm just going to pause this quickly and do it offsite, and then I'll show you when we come back. Okay, so I've just created the other three there, all exactly the same as we go in. So you want to make sure it's the URL, component type query, and then your exact query key. Okay, this is just for the URL-based parameters. Next up, I like getting the IP address, so there's a unique identifier, so you can get rid of any duplicates that come through to your tracking sheet. So let's just do this one quickly. This will just get the IP address. This time it will be a data layer variable. This is slightly different. So we want to go and select that. We want to make sure it's on version 2, and we just want to make sure we type in IP address like this. I would keep the naming convention exactly the same. So do it exactly like this: lowercase IP, uppercase A, and then address. And then that's good for that. The next stage of getting the IP address, we want to go up to triggers, and we want to go to new, and we want to go to just name it IP event. We want to go to trigger configuration. We want to go to custom event, and then we want to go IP event. Okay, don't do anything else. It's all custom events. Don't use regex matching. Just do it exactly like this, and again, spell it exactly like this, like I've done. Lowercase IP, uppercase E, and then event. Press save on that. Now, the last stage of getting the IP address is we've got to add a bit of JavaScript. So we're going to create a tag. I'm going to do a new tag. I'm going to call it get IP address. I'm going to go to tag configuration. I'm going to go to custom HTML, and I've got another bit of script here. And again, if you want this script, just comment below. If you want all of it, just comment below and I can send it all across to you. No worries at all. I want to copy it, and then I want to pop it in here, like so. And then that's all good. I want to go to triggering, and I want to trigger it on all pages, and I want to press save. Okay, so now that is all set up, I want to set up our first tag. Our first tag for the first page of the funnel. So just to show you, I've created a dummy funnel just to show you how this works. It's a three-step funnel, but we can track clicks on there as well if we wanted to. And it's all about tracking events and where people are dropping off. So ideally, you'll have like event 1, event 2, event 3, event 4, event 5, and so on. However many you want, it can be low or it can be high. And it's just basically trying to see where the drop-offs are in your funnel. So just to show you how to set up this first tag, we want to go back to this deployment. We want to go and get that link now. So we want to go back to deploy, manage deployments, set your deployment. You should only have one up there if you've never used this before. You want to go and copy the web app URL here. So I'm going to press copy. Now I'm going to go back to Google Tag Manager. I'm going to press new tag. I'm just going to call this event 1. I'm going to go to tag configuration, and I'm going to go to custom image. Okay, and this is how we send it to the link, basically. And I just want to post this link in there. So that is the posting link. And now we want to add our URL string so it populates each one of these. So this link here is basically the key to get into the spreadsheet. And then the URL string here is what's going to populate our column. So you want to make sure each column is in line. So as you can see here, we got timestamp will come in automatically from Tag Manager and from that key. Then you got IP address, category, action, landing page view, UTM source, UTM medium, UTM content, UTM campaign, which are the variables that we've set up. And then value 1 is a static value, just so it attributes the value of 1 to each line, so you can see how many people have hit event 1, how many people have hit event 2, and so on. So I'm just going to copy this and go back here, and I'm going to add it to the end, making sure that the question mark is there. Copy that in, and I just want to go and make sure this is all right. So if you've set up the variables exactly the same as I have, the things in the two squiggly brackets are the variables inside Tag Manager. So that will be dynamic. Okay. So yeah, they're all correct. They're all set up correctly. You can get some of them here. So if you're unsure what you've called it, you can just click here. That will give you all your variables. So you can see I've got UTM campaign, UTM content. You can just click and it will give you the variable basically there. Okay. So I'm going to delete that out. Just go along, just double check everything's correct. So they're all the dynamic fields. then these are the ones you may want to change. So ID, I've just got it set up as landing page view, which is the first landing page. I've got a label. I'm just getting through the page URL, which is a dynamic field. Action, this is signifying that it's a page view, not a button click, because we can do both. And then category, this is event 1, and that will be event 2 for the next one, event 3, and so on. And then I've also got IP address coming through as the IP address. So this should all be working well. And then we want to trigger this on the page you want. So it's going to be page based. So I'm going to do 1. I'm just going to call it page 1 because that's what my page is called. As you can see, page 1. So I'm going to trigger configuration. I'm going to go to page view. I'm going to go some pages. I'm going to go to page URL, contains, and I'm just going to pop in page 1. And I'm going to press save. And I press save again. And I'm going to go and press submit. We've got 18 changes. There's a lot of stuff that how we've done in there with the variables, the IP address, get, and the tag. So I'm going to just publish all of those now. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the tag manager is on the actual funnel and page that you're using. So we want to go back to workspace. And we want to go to this section here. Click on it. We want to add... Sorry, that was my dog. Yeah, so we want to put the head code in the head section. So we want to copy that, go across your funnel. If you're using high level, we can go and do it in the settings of the funnel here. I've already done it, but just so you know, you just pop the head in there. You go back, copy the body, and you pop the body in the body tracking code and go and press save. So that's all done. We've submitted it. So next up, what we want to go and do is we want to go and do a preview, which is up here. And we want to go and press connect. And this will make sure you've added your page in. I've obviously done this before, but make sure you've added your page in. And then you can go and see what's happening. So you can see container loaded. So this is where they fire these configurations. So we've already got the GA4 going. We've got the event 1 going. And we have the get IP address. So we're going to go into here. So we've got it populating, so that's good. IP address hasn't come through. That's fine. I can go show you how we can do this. So we can go into Tag Manager, go back to Tags, and we go back to Event 1. So we want to go to Event 1. I want to go in there. Now, what we want to go and do is we want to go to Advanced Settings in the tag configuration. Go to tag sequencing, and we want to fire a tag before event 1 fires, and we want to select the get IP address. Once you've done that, that should fix that issue. And then let's just try and see and show you how the UTM sources can come through. Okay, cool. So just to show you, learn.utm source, and let's just go audience 1 and UTM content equals add 1 and UTM campaign. It's very important to spell these correctly as well. Equals, let's do Facebook as well. So we go to that one, we can just enter that and it'll come through to my dummy site. And if we go back here, you should be able to see the UTMs come in, and again, didn't finish submitting. That's annoying. So we can just copy this again, come off this, and we can just paste that in. I'm just gonna go add to show you this is another thing that comes through. Press enter, and that's there. Right, so there's an issue with the IP address. So we want to go here and just see what's happening. So the IP event has come through. So let me have a quick look. Okay, cool. So we just have to wait for about 5 minutes for that change to take effect. So it is tracking now, just so we can see. We'll go on to this one. There we go, perfect. So it's tracking the IP address now, which is good. And it's getting all of our categories and actions and labels and IDs through. So that's perfect. So yeah, so that's the number one event through. Now the second event, let's just go on to the page. So basically what we want to do is all of the buttons push people to the next part of the funnel. So I would attribute the same event to every single button, but I will want to track which button it was in the, what's it called? The ID section, okay? So how we do this? Well, we go over to Tag Manager first, and we want to go and create a trigger, and it will be all clicks, because we want to track all clicks, and we want to go all elements and all clicks and press save. Cool. So once we've done that, we can go back to submit and publish. And then we want to go and go to preview. And connect to your page. Okay, like so. And now you just want to go back to tag, and just shows all this kind of stuff. So that's cool. That's all good. Cool. Perfect. So what we want to go and do now is we just want to go and click on this button here. So that's gone to the next page. And what we want to go and do so let's just wait. Let's try that again. So it should have fired a click event, which it hasn't done. So let's see why that is. All clicks, that should have done. So let's come off of this, refresh this. Possibly it hasn't taken effect yet. It's been a bit slow today. Cool, let's just add a tag in. Let's just do a standard. Leave it empty and just fire it on all clicks. We can delete this after. I'm just popping this in. Okay. Cool, so that will do nothing. Press submit that. That should push it through, just make it a bit faster. You don't need to do this. You may just have to wait 5 minutes for it to take effect. And I want to go and just go back to preview and connect the page. And click on contact us. Click, there we go, perfect. Okay, cool. So we finally got it. So let's have a look at the click, and let's go to variables here. Now we have all the click data here a lot of undefines, which could be an issue. Okay, if we just go back and click on read more as well, which will be this bit here. So you can see there's very similar main heading group. The one thing that is changing is the click text, which is read more. So I think I'm going to fire events on that. So I'm going to come down here to the first click, the contact us now. So I'm going to set up a trigger here. Let's go event 2, click. There we go. And we want to go contact us now. Cool. And I want to go back here, and I just want to make sure I copy it exactly in between the brackets. And I want to go to all elements, some clicks, and I want to go to click text, and I want to go to contains contact us now. I'm going to press save for that one, and then I'm going to do another one, which will be, again, same event, because we're just tracking the events, so that it's all the same event 2, because that's the click to the next page. But we will tag them differently. So this is read more. And you want to make sure all your buttons are different if you're doing it via click text, so it can differentiate. Some you can do click ID, but unfortunately with these ones it's not bringing that through. So let's go to the next click, which was here, and that's a read more. I'm going to copy that one in and paste, and I'm going to press save. Then next we want to go back to the page. So we've done contact us now, we've done read more. The next button is, okay, I'm going to change the copy on that button, contact with us. Okay, cool. So that will do a click. So let's do this one. And we want to go over here, and again to new, want to go event 2, and we want to go to click, and we want to go to contact with us. And then we want to go to all elements, some clicks, click text, and again, like so. Bear with me. I'm just going to do the last button now, just so you don't have to waste your time watching it. One sec. Cool. So as you can see, we've set up the 4 here, which is all click text, all based on what the button was. I've just changed one of those to chat with us rather than contact us, just so it's a bit different. I'm going to submit those now. And now we want to go and create our events. So I want to go back to workplace, back to tags. I'm going to duplicate this one. Copy. And we go to event 2. Let's go button 1. So basically we're going to go and amend this now. So it's the same script we want to put through. IP address is the same. We want to change this to event 2. We want to go back along. And we want to change page view to button click 1, which will again will be another signifier of which button was pressed. Button 1. Label we can do the page URL, doesn't matter. Actually, I'm going to just change that to page path, maybe. I'm just going to get these up just because you want to make sure you get the correct one. So I'm going to change it to page path. So I'm just going to find it in here. Page path. Correct. Let's get that up. And then we want to go and add this in quickly. It's a bit annoying because you don't get much space to see, so you have to like keep on doing this. Label is going to be like so. And then also another one I'm going to bring through is the click text. Just that's dynamic, so I don't have to write it in every time for these buttons. Only thing I need to change after this is just the button number. So we can go along. Cool, let's go and add that in now. It's got IP address, category, event 2, action button 1, label is the page path, and then I'm going, oh God. It's the only downside to this, having to deal with all of this. Everything else stays the same. You just want to go and change the ID now, and that will be the click text. So I want to save that. And then what we want to go and do is we want to go and go back into it. We want to change the triggering to page 1, and we want it to be contact us now. And let's just take that one off actually. Let's just do that. Press save. So that's done, and then we want to just create the other lot. So I'll just show you how to do one, and then I'll do the other two offline. So again, we just want to go button 2, want to go in here, and we want to go and find where it says button 1 and change it to button 2. It should be here. Button 2, and the rest can be left. And we can go and remember to amend the trigger. And that was read more. Press save. I'm just going to go to the other two now, and I'll come back in a sec. Okay, cool. So as you can see, I've done button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, all firing off their individual click text stuff, and all tagging the Google Sheet. So let's go have a little look now. So we can go back to the debug section. I'm just going to X out of that and go into preview again. And actually, before I do that, I'm just going to refresh the page because it helps with the speed of getting the tag manager up sometimes. Cool. So press preview. Want to go to the same page again. So we're going to go have a look. So we've obviously got a lot in here. So this is the debugging thing. So this is event 1 that's just come through. Now I'm going to press contact us now. That should fire one. So as you can see, just bring it to the page path. Now we've already got the page URL. The page path that it's on is this one. That's button 1, contact us now. So that's worked perfectly well. Going back, we'll bring on another event, I believe. Go down, let's see read more. It's always important to test that it's all working. So yeah, so we've gone back onto the page, and this should come through now. If it doesn't, we'll have to go and troubleshoot. Let's go see. So I clicked on this. Interesting. Okay, so this one didn't fire on that one. So let's go back and see why. Read more. Check the variables. Read more was the click text. Let's go and check what happened here. Click text contains read more, so that should have worked. Let's try that again. So let that all settle down. Should be another, yep. Right. Interesting. No blocking triggers. So that's being clicked there. 1 second while I just see. For some reason, it's not working on the debug, but it's working on the actual page. So if you see this, we go down to read more, click it, and it comes through here as well. So that's button 2. So let's not do it on debug. Let's try it on the actual site now. I want to come down here to chat with us. Click on that one. Cool, so that's come through. See if this one comes through. Interesting. So let's click on this one and see what happens in the debug. Chat with us. Click. Chat with us. Perhaps it may be case sensitive, so if it is, just make sure it's exactly the same. There we go. So we'll go press save that. Submit, publish, continue. And let's go back into preview. And let's go check that third button works. Cool. Click on it. And that should have fired button 3. Cool, so button 3 will come through. Correct. So that's working fine. And then let's just troubleshoot button 4 as well, just to make sure that's working. And that's fired button 4. Button 4. So as you can see, they're all working now. All the events 2s. So that's perfect. So we can go and create event 3 now. Now, event 3 will be a page land on the next page. The reason we do this is because we want to see if there's a drop-off between people clicking the button and landing on the next page, to see if there's a load speed error. So this will be on Contact Me. So we want to just go in and we want to go and copy event 1 again, because this is a page land, not a I think, bear with me. No, this should be event 3, won't it? Yep. I want to just go in there. Basically, what we want to go and do is we want to just go and amend event 1 to event 3. Page view, label, landing page view, second. I'm going to call this second page view. And press save. And then press submit. Okay, so that's tag 3 popped on. Event 3, so that should be coming through now. Let's just have a quick look. And again, I'm envisaging the IP address won't come through. Of course, I need to change it to Contact Me. So always make sure you change the trigger. I'm going to go to, again, page view, some pages, page URL. Contact Me, save, and submit, and publish. Again, may take a few minutes to take effect. Let's refresh and see what happens. May take a little while. Cool, so let's just go and see if that's worked. So we want to go to preview, and you want to get your second page in there to connect. So you want to connect that up. And that should have brought through an event 3. So there you go, and it's come through. Just double check. So I'm bringing through the URL again, just because it's a different URL. So it's contact me. Second page view, event 3 page view. Obviously, it's still coming through as undefined, but when you get the UTMs populated, it will come through. So on that page, again, I've got a few more buttons on here, which I'm going to actually change, just because we don't want it to, you don't want, because basically the tags we've set up for the button clicks, we don't want it to affect these. So I'm just going to change these just so they don't fire. Something to bear in mind. Cool, all good. So this is the kind of the form fill. So we want to track this. So let's just save that. And we want to go back to here. Let's just fill this in. And basically we want to just see what's happening here. So that's got a click there. So string form control. Okay, cool. So you can kind of see what's happening here. So let's have a quick look. So this click here, you can see it's first name, last name, phone. This one doesn't have it, which is interesting. That last one is email. So email doesn't have it. So we could track how many people entered their first, last name, all that kind of stuff. So that is up to you. You can do it the same way by just setting up a trigger for Click ID phone. I'm not going to do that. I'm only interested at this point in tracking who clicks the submit, which is this one. So again, it's going to be, it's going to be just submit. So we can run that off. We go to triggers. This will be event 4. But if I wanted to make this video very long, I'll be doing event 4 as like first name, event 5 as last name, event 6 as phone, event 7 as email, and then you can kind of see where people drop off, say if they only put in their name and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's a bit over the top at the moment. We just want to do event 4 click, or just call it a form click. And let's go to submit. All elements, some clicks. I want to go to click text again, and I want to do submit. Save. Go to tags. Let's copy this one. Now again, because we've got a lot of dynamic fields in there, so like click text is already in there, so we don't need to change that. Just need to change this to event 4, and let's call it submit button. We're not going to do any we're not going to do any button tracking on this, because all the buttons on this page, sorry, let's go back. All the buttons on this page should be linked to the form, so it will just bring it back up to the form basically. So let's just go along. Let's call this event 4. Make sure you get these right. Event 4 button. Let's get that off and just do submit button. Just double check the labels. Yep, page path is fine. And that's all good. So we want to press save. That's all good. Next up, we want to do the next page, which is basically just tracking the thank you page. Final event that we're going to do. And again, this just makes sure that people are landing on a thank you page and there's no error message being done or anything like that. So let's go to triggers. We want to go to new. And then we want to go to TY. Page view, some page views. Not page path. Always do page URL. And put in your string. That's that, thank you. So that will trigger on this. Let's just pop that in. Page. Save that. And then we can go to tags. Go to a page view event. So event 3. We can copy that. And then we can just go to event 5. And we can just amend this to be event 5. We want it as the page view, want it as page URL, and we want to change that as TY page. And that's all good. Press save, press submit, and this should be your tracking done. If there's any links on your thank you page, you can add them quite easily. So just to double check those tags again, because I think I did forget to do the change the triggering. So for event 4 and event 5, it's vital to remember to change the triggering for each event. If you forget, it will not trigger on what you want it to trigger. So event 4, I've gone back and just changed it to the form click submit event on the click on the form button. And event 5, I've changed it to the thank you page triggering when they land on the thank you page, just so you know. So let's give this a test. So I like to do this in incognito normally because it's cookie free and it helps your cache. You're not cached at all. So I've got this link. I've added the UTMs there. So UTM source is TikTok. We're going to go with audience 5767, add 164532 and campaign 100 second video. So this will be able to, so we'll easily be able to know if this is the correct stuff that's coming through. So let's get this up so we can see it in real time. Like this. Okay, cool. So let's press enter and we should get event 1 when this page loads. And you can see it's come through correctly, so that's good. Let's click button 1. Should come through with event 1 and button 1. Oh, sorry, event 2 and button 1. So that is correct. It's even brought through the click text, which is great. And also it's fired the page land, so it's landed on the page. We can see the page view. We can even see, the link that it's landed on, which is cool. All bringing through the UTMs as well, so that's epic. Let's do a quick fake name. Like so. And let's press submit. Invalid, of course. Let's press submit. It should, so button 4 did it anyway. And here we go. So it's come through. This is interesting. So the click text changed on event 4 when we submitted it and it was incorrect. It says invalid number. So these two have fired on the click. This is the correct one, obviously. And that's brought it through to event 5. So if this was me, I would delete these two out. Because it's not relevant to your tracking. But as you can see, it's gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is perfect, basically. So that's someone going all the way through your funnel, all the way to the end, and hitting the thank you page, and you can see every step of it. And basically, this is how you can see where people are falling off. So to show you, so this side of it, it's purely just going to be the data coming in, and you can't really glean anything from this sheet, but this is where all the data comes in. And then the powerful sheet is this one, pivot table number 1. So if you're not sure how to create a pivot table, let me just show you. So you just on any sheet, you can even do it on this sheet. You just go to insert pivot table, and you want to go to a new sheet, and you want to make sure that you incorporate all the rows you've got. Now I've added 11,000 rows here because obviously if you're sending a lot of traffic to your page, you're going to get quite a lot of events here. Let's see, where is... Okay, so let's add... So it's 11,992. That's the last bit of page. And you want to make sure you're reaching up. So K is the end of my data. So that's where you want to do it. So you want to create it. And it'll create a new sheet. So I'm just going to delete this one that I made earlier. And I'll show you how to create it here. So the pivot table has been created. So now you want to get it up and ready so you can dissect your data. So number 1 is filters. So you want to go and add in the timestamp as your filter. That will be your time, date, basically. So we'll give that there. Let's not show blanks either. Let's just show that those 2 dates. Cool. Values, you want to add in the value, which is 1. So this will show you how many times an event has been hit. So you can see we've had total 92 events in there so far. Now, to really dissect the data, columns, you want to add your category, which should be your events. So this is your grand total. So you can see how many people have hit event 1, how many have hit event 2, how many have hit event 3. Event 2 and 3 should be exactly the same, and events 4 and 5 should be exactly the same. If event 5 is less, it means someone's clicked the submit button, and that either means they haven't inputted their data correctly, or they've clicked it and they haven't hit the next page, which means there will be a load issue. But this kind of is how it works. So this is when you're just looking at a bird's eye view of your funnel, so you can see how it's working. If you wanted to drill down even more, you can start to add things into rows. So for example, we could look at UTM source and see how each traffic source is performing. So you can see, from just looking at this, TikTok is performing better. It's had 4 conversions, whereas Facebook's had none. And it's even had more traffic, Facebook. So this is going to be very important for you going forward. Now, I like to look at percentages as well, which makes it a bit easier. So to do this, we can just, below here, we can just do equals this event 2 divided by event 1. And let's go along to here and just want to change it to percentage. So you can see 26% of people who hit event 1 clicked a button, basically, to go to the next page. 100% of people landed on the next page. And of those 6 people who landed on page 2, only 1 clicked the submit button and none hit the thank you page. So no one became a lead from that. So this is very handy data to know. I also like to know it based off of percentages down the funnel, based off how many people actually started the funnel. So to do that, it's quite similar. So you want to go again like that. But then what we want to go and do is we want to go in, and the static value is going to be B. And to make a static value in Google Sheets, you want to just add the $sign before the B and after the B. So this will not change. And then we can scroll it along. And as you can see, only 4% of people who hit event 1 click submit, and 0% converted. And if we wanted to do it for TikTok, we'd want to go to, I think it's 4. So again, that's 4. And then this is how you can look at the data here. If we change this to 4 and change that to 4. So then you can start to dissect between Facebook and TikTok. So as you can see, way more people on TikTok are clicking the button to go to the next page. A lot more people are hitting event 3, obviously. And then 30% of people, I mean, that's a lot more people who are clicking the submit button, and that's 40% of people who start the funnel convert. So you can see this is really powerful to drill down into your data using this sheet one. This is how all the best tracking softwares do it, like Wicked Reports, Hyros. It's all about pixeling on your site, and that pixel, that bit of JavaScript, sending data back to their software, and their software makes it pretty. Now, I like all those softwares, but obviously it comes with a cost. And if you're just starting out, this is an epic way of doing pretty much the same thing as what they do, for completely free. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, guys. This is basically how we set up free epic funnel tracking. If you have any questions, please drop a comment, or if you want any of the templates, just let me know and I'll send them across to you. If you like the video, please chuck it a like. It will let me know what I need to make more of for you guys. And finally, if you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be epic. It means you'll be the first to know of any new tutorials that drop, and also it really does help the channel. So yeah, cheers guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.